Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're cracking open a strategic master plan to essentially reverse engineer and clone highly successful YouTube channels. And no, we're not talking about writing code or installing heavy, complicated software. We're talking about using Claude AI, literally just right from your browser, as your ultimate, fully automated co-producer to build a professional channel from the absolute ground up.
Let's kick things off by looking at a completely staggering number, 28 million. That's how many views a channel called Primate Economics pulled in. But here's the mind-blowing part. They hit that massive viewership along with 500,000 subscribers using just 24 videos. Seriously, 24. They did it by using an AI-powered system that clearly, undeniably works. And today we're going to unpack exactly how you can replicate that exact same structural success for your own niche. So here's our blueprint for today. We'll quickly cover the no-code channel clone, how to train your AI brain, scripting your new content, reverse engineering the visuals, and finally crafting consistent final assets. Let's get right into it.
Step 1. The no-code channel cloned. Now, what's really fascinating here is how they're pulling in roughly 1 million views per video. They take these incredibly dry, super complex financial concepts, and they explain them using monkeys. It's brilliant, right? It's simple, it's highly visual, and it just grabs viewer attention. This is the exact DNA we want to capture. Whether a channel uses a 3D documentary style, stick figures, or standard explainer graphics, it's that foundational logic we're really after. We want to bottle up that specific magic.
Which brings us to step 2, training your AI brain.
Getting the scripting pattern of your target channel downloaded into your workflow is actually an incredibly simple 4-step process. Literally, you just head over to the channel's most popular videos, you click Show Transcript in the description, then copy that entire block of text, paste it into a Google document, and upload it directly into Claude. Boom! You're basically taking the channel's absolute winning formula and handing it right over to your AI co-producer.
But, you don't want to just do this once. If you repeat this process and feed Claude, say, 3 to 5 different transcripts from the channel's top videos, you're giving your AI enough model scripts to really grasp the content framework. Claude learns the pacing, exactly how they hook the viewer in those crucial first 10 seconds, and how they transition between topics. The moment you upload that PDF of transcripts, Claude's brain is officially hardwired with that specific channel's rhythm.
Moving on to step 3, scripting your new content. So when you ask Claude for brand new video ideas from scratch within this niche, it immediately gets to work. And since it completely understands that primate economics model we just fed it, it rapidly generates concepts that perfectly match the original style. I mean, look at these outputs, explaining taxes, the stock market, and debt, all using bananas. It totally gets that the original channel explains things like financial bubbles and tariffs with fruit, and it seamlessly fires back fresh, highly relevant ideas for you to tackle next.
Now, once you pick an idea, let's go with taxes explained with bananas. Claude doesn't just start blindly writing. Actually, before it even drafts a single word, your co-producer breaks down the exact mechanics of why the original channel works. It hands you a detailed analysis of the target audience, the specific hook style you need, the script flow, and the required retention techniques. It guarantees that your new script is going to hit those exact same psychological triggers that made the original 24 videos go totally viral.
And here is the absolute kicker. By simply typing the short command, "Yes, give me the script," Claude instantly drafts an impressive 1,000-word script. We're not talking about some generic, boring AI article here. This is a highly tuned script that perfectly mirrors the hook and retention patterns of those model transcripts we provided earlier. You just copy it, drop it into a Google Doc for your project, and bam, your writing phase is completely finished.
All right, let's look at step 4, reverse engineering the visuals.
This is where we literally teach Claude how to see. You just go to the target channel, grab a few screenshots of their videos, and upload those image files directly to Claude with a quick note saying, "Images attached." From there, Claude analyzes the visual samples and totally breaks down the composition. It figures out exactly how the scenes are constructed, whether they rely on 3D animation, 2D realistic art, or even just simple stick figures. It learns the exact visual language of your target channel so it can replicate it on demand.
Now here's a quick pro tip for you. It's always a strategic move to add a bit of your own unique visual twist. So when you're prompting Claude, you might tell it to aim for, say, a CGI 3D pixel style, instead of doing an exact one-to-one copy of the original art. This way, you're modeling their structural success, their pacing, their script logic, but you aren't just blatantly copying them. You're creating something visually unique that's going to really stand out in the algorithm.
Once Claude analyzes those visual samples and cross-references them with the script it just wrote, it goes to work. In our example workflow, it generated an insane 62 highly detailed text-to-image prompts. It literally combs through the 1,000-word script step by step and tells you exactly what image you need for every single scene. And hey, if your niche uses video animations, you just ask it to convert those into cinematic video prompts. It completely automates your entire visual creation roadmap.
And that brings us to our final phase, Step 5, crafting consistent final assets.
Let's look at how we actually execute this workflow. You have a couple of great free options for generating these visuals. Now, ImageFX is fantastic because it gives you unlimited image generations. You just paste your prompt and out pops a beautiful image. But as we all know, when you're making a full explainer, brand consistency is absolutely everything. And that is exactly why Google Flow, which gives you access to models like Nano Banana, is often the ultimate choice for executing truly consistent visual assets.
Using a reference image in Google Flow is honestly the secret sauce to maintaining character consistency across your entire project. Inside Google Flow, you can upload a reference image, let's say a specific monkey sitting on the floor. When you feed it your list of prompts, it uses that exact character reference for every single new image it generates, so your monkey looks exactly the same in Scene 1 as it does all the way in Scene 62. This ensures your brand looks professional, cohesive, and totally uniform from start to finish, massively elevating your production value.
And you know, this doesn't just stop at the content itself. You can apply this exact same reverse engineering strategy right to their thumbnails. You just take screenshots of the target channel's thumbnails, upload them to Claude, and let it study the design. Claude will generate multiple thumbnail prompt variations for you. Then, when you run those prompts through Google Flow using a reference image, you often end up with final assets that are even higher quality and more detailed than the original channels. You are literally outcompeting them using their own underlying blueprint.
We've just walked through a seriously powerful system today. You now have the ultimate blueprint to model and build upon any channel format out there. Whether we're talking stickman history, financial monkeys, or hyper-realistic 3D documentaries, all using Claude AI as your tirelessly working co-producer. You've got the tools to generate the scripts, the prompts, and the perfectly consistent visuals, all right from your browser without a single line of code. So the only question left for us to ask is, what channel are you going to reverse engineer and build first?